Hello, and welcome to Snake Therapy. I'm Shira, and this is Olórin, the Dumerils Boa. The fear of snakes is not at all uncommon. I even had it myself early on in my life. Ophidiophobia is a condition that takes that fear to the extreme. It's an overwhelming anxiety about snakes that's so intense that it interferes with one's life, affecting the brain, body, decisions, and actions. Now, I would argue that any fear we hold on to can cause suffering. The state of fear causes a stress response in the body as our brains flood our system with adrenaline, increasing our heart rate and breathing, making our muscles contract, and even causing a weakening of our immune systems or gastrointestinal issues. One of the main reasons I started this channel is to help people understand that the fear of snakes, although prevalent, is not only unwarranted, but can be reversed through education and the right opportunities for positive interactions with them. And today, I'm so excited to share with you some solid proof that people who muster the courage and open-mindedness to stand up to their fear of snakes can truly experience a significant shift in perspective and therefore release themselves from an unhealthy drain on their physical, mental, and emotional well-being. Need to see it to believe it? Well, then let's slither on into it. Bailey and Ethan, a married couple who are dear friends of mine, have been to my house on numerous occasions. But Ethan has a pretty extreme fear of snakes, so he would never get anywhere close to them when he was here. But after Bailey got him to watch some of my episodes, he reached out to me saying that he might be ready to try to face his fear and maybe, just maybe, hold the snake on his own for the first time. Even more impressive, he said he was willing to let me film the whole experience, not knowing what might happen or how he might react. Keep watching to find out where his fear originated, how it's affected his life, and what happened when I brought a snake out to meet him.
I'm relaxed. Everyone's not relaxed. I'm chilling. All right.
Right. So Ethan, I am so glad you're here, and Bailey too. And I was hoping you could tell me a little bit more about your fear of snakes. Did it come on at a particular time? Have you always been afraid of snakes?
No, it definitely came on at a certain occurrence. My dad's side of the family is from Montana, and in Montana, there's a lot of rattlesnakes. And for those people, rattlesnakes are a pest. They kill animals, they bite people, so they're spoken of pretty negatively in almost all circles. And so as a younger kid, I heard a lot of stories about them, and they were killed pretty much without mercy, you know. I think that kind of set the tone for how I felt about snakes, and I didn't really have any experience about other snakes besides those. So, but in particular, one occurrence stands out, and this was I was probably 10 years old, golfing during the summer when the snakes are active, and on the golf course, we're approaching a green, and we see a snake on the berm.
Rattlesnake, right?
Rattlesnake, yeah, full rattlesnake. And so we're giving it its distance, and the lawnmower guy is mowing the lawns out and signals to us to stand back. So he drives over the rattlesnake. Sorry.
Okay.
And I know, a little brutal. And it cuts the snake in half.
Mm-hmm.
Head separated from body. So once it's dead, I'm curiously
Oh,
approaching.
it did die. Okay.
Well, kind of died.
Yes.
And here's where the fear begins, basically. I'm looking at the head, which is separate from the body by 5 or 6 feet. And my grandpa is interested in counting the rattles. And so he takes his golf club, touches the tail. The tail starts to move around. And I see that happen, and I look down, and the mouth starts opening and closing.
Yeah.
And at the age I was, it felt supernatural.
Yeah.
Like evil, you know.
Right.
And with what I had heard and that experience, I was like, nah, I'm good. Snakes, no snakes for me, you know. And so that, I think, kind of was the beginning. And then I think it was really driven home as something where I didn't want to be around them. Found myself camping. I was probably getting a little bit of shit from my sister or my family about snakes. You know, you're afraid of snakes. They would maybe say something here and there, but we were in the middle of a grassy, like rock area next to a river with one of my best friends, Connor, and he also didn't like snakes for a totally separate reason. So we were united in our fear.
Right.
And my mom called out from across the camp, you know, mostly as a joke, like, "Hey, watch out, there's probably snakes in there." And we're not much older than the first story at this point, maybe like 13, 14. So she has on waders because we're fishing, she's camping. She walks through all the grass, tromps through, scares away the snakes. And as she gets to where we are and we get off of the rock, one of us slips, a rock turns over, and there's a snake under the rock.
Right.
And it does what it does, which is it goes off fast in a direction, and we all try to not stand on anything, you know.
Right.
And basically the surprise of the snake really like put that into
That fear right there.
Put that into like
I mean, being startled by a snake does it for a lot of people, and it was the same for me. So I totally get it.
Yeah. And at that point I had my fill of snakes, and I just didn't make a point of trying to overcome that fear. It didn't seem like something that I needed to overcome. What loss was it to not, you know, have snakes be something I loved? So it kind of just stayed that way. And then I think the longer time went on, it became something where I would avoid, you know, snakes in zoos or in habitats or enclosures.
Now it's affecting your life because you realize you're changing your own behavior because of a fear that you're hanging on to, right?
Yeah. And I know it's not a real fear. Like, I'm not afraid for my life.
Well, I wouldn't say it's not real. It's a real thing that you feel. But rational, that's different, right?
Yeah.
I wouldn't discount the way that you feel, because you can feel however you feel.
Yeah.
But, you know, maybe if there's a positive experience where your brain can kind of unlearn some of the patterns it's been drilling into itself.
Yeah.
Because what you've had is supercharged fear experiences, right? That only just reinforced this over and over again. Hopefully we can change that. What made you feel like you might be ready to interact more now?
Well, honestly, getting to see them from a distance and see your own interest with snakes grow has proven to me that I have nothing to be afraid of, and that there's probably something enjoyable for me in that experience.
That's awesome. Because you've been here many times.
And I've kept my distance.
And you've definitely kept your distance.
Yeah. I've been looking in there, I'm like, that one's kind of cute. It has a little, but then I don't think I want to hold one yet, you know. Yeah.
Which has been interesting to watch, because, like, you know, Bailey will be all up in there.
But I don't think I've
out.
held one. I don't even know that I have. Growing up in South, you know, Orange County and being in the hills and stuff, like, and going to the desert, I mean, there's tons of rattlesnakes. Like, I mean, I've seen plenty and had those like freaky encounters, but I've also like never held them. I feel like I don't want to either, but I'm not like startled by them. So.
But I've taken them out when you've been here and you've been close to them.
I felt excited about it.
I think you've touched one. I think I've seen you
I did the pet little snake head.
Yeah, but you were always about 10 feet away.
Yeah, you've been inspiring. You have.
Aw.
Well, yeah.
That's awesome, because that's one of my missions is to help reduce the bias and the fear of these animals, and also help people not hold on to a fear that isn't necessary, right? Because when you're holding on to any type of anxiety or fear, even if it doesn't affect you every day, it's holding you back.
Totally. I have no doubt it'll be helpful. Who did you have in mind?
I think the first time you and I spoke about you maybe being interested in handling one was when we were talking about Olórin. And I posted a couple pictures of him being really cute and hiding in my sleeve and stuff. Oh. And I think that's when you actually commented on it, and you said from that maybe you might be interested. And he's a great one for this first experience, because he is possibly the most mellow snake I've ever met. So
okay,
let's try Olórin.
Okay.
And if I come in here and you're feeling at all uncomfortable at any point, we can stop.
Okay.
You
Let's
should
hand it to
not
Bailey.
feel like if I walk in here and you're like, nope, Bailey can go.
We'll
So
see.
we'll just flow with
I'm
it.
open-minded. I trust you. What's his name about? What's it from?
Oh, okay. So it's very nerdy.
Yeah, I got that part. Sounds like a dragon.
Olórin was Gandalf's name before he came down to Middle Earth.
Copy.
So that's why I call Olórin my baby wizard.
Aw.
Let's go over how to handle a snake.
Okay.
So most important thing, take a deep breath. You're fine. You're safe. Be calm. You guys are going to feel each other, right? In general, with snakes, the calmer you are, the calmer they're going to be. You are their support. You need to make them feel like they're not going to fall.
Okay.
They're not going to be eaten.
Okay.
And then the other part is making sure that you support.
He's going to enjoy this.
You want to make them feel supported in at least 2 places in their body. Now, he's not a big snake, so that's not hard. And then the other part to it is he doesn't move a lot. He's a really chill animal, but you don't want to be like moving
Juggling
like
him.
this
Yeah.
because think about it. He has no arms or hands or legs to hold on to you.
But he's not just gonna like throw his body everywhere either.
No, but
right?
people tend to do this with the snakes to look at them and they're moving them
But
around.
I do see you as the snake extends itself a certain amount, then you put your hand there.
Exactly.
So it feels, and it's like, oh, I have more place to go, and then the rest of the body follows.
But that's when
you
they're moving and you're
right.
kind of like
so you
freestyling,
wait.
letting
Yeah.
them to.
Cool.
But again, at any point, if you want me to take him away, you want to hand him off to either of us, you just say the word. All right?
You want to hold him?
Can we hold him first?
No, I can do that.
But yeah, you can pass.
I'd rather just hold him first. And
Yeah,
then...
just get it over.
Yeah.
All right. All right, let's do this.
All right.
All right.
Oh boy.
How are you feeling?
I'm good.
This is Olórin. He is a Dumerils Boa, native to Madagascar.
Wow, he's
And
beautiful.
he is about 14 months old now, I think. Just over a year. All right. So see how I've got his body? I'm gonna pass him off. There you go.
Hi, dude. Oh.
Hi, buddy.
Pretty weird how they can change their direction. Hi. Yeah, you're gonna look at me now, huh?
Yeah.
Boy.
You're doing great.
Yeah, babe.
You're doing amazing.
He's
Look at his all tongue. He's coming to give you a kiss.
how grown is he? Like, is this a?
Oh, he's a baby.
Yeah.
He's gonna be a big boy.
He wants to go back to mama.
He knows me.
Yeah. Okay, buddy. I think it's the coolest thing that he's like grasping my right hand with. Oh.
How does that make you feel?
The head part is the scariest part, no doubt about it. Not terribly weird. Wanna come back over here?
He's exploring you.
Yeah, he's exploring. So I can tell he's very relaxed right now because
He's
of that long tongue flick.
He's so soft. He's got
Isn't he soft?
He's
Yeah.
got a pretty good grab on my right hand. Like, this is-
Remember though, you're stronger than he is.
yeah, it's true. I can move.
Right?
He's trying to boa constrictor my fingers over here.
Well, he doesn't have arms to grip.
I know.
Hey, buddy. He likes chin rubs, by the way. Really? Yeah, he loves them.
Oh my god.
Leaning into it. Oh, yeah, that's good. Oh, yeah.
That's amazing.
Don't you love it? And you know, Mom.
No doubt. Bailey, do you want to?
Want to try?
Sure.
All right. Look at you. Hello. Did so great.
Good job, babe.
Did so awesome, Ethan. I'm so proud of you for
Thanks.
facing that fear. How was it?
It was pretty cool. It definitely was cool.
Not what you thought?
No.
Or-
But he seems nice, and they're pretty cool. Like, I think it's cool because it's dynamic too. I mean, I'm obviously a physics person with what I do, and so I appreciate that. Like, the way that they move is kind of hard to understand. He's staring at me.
So the number of vertebrae, right? The sheer number of vertebrae allows the fluidity of movement, right? And then they have 10,000 muscles or more.
Is the structure fairly like similar, like as it goes down the length of the snake, or is there?
So they're ribs.
Relaxing snake.
And then tail.
Do they like? Would they sit on your lap, or if you quit holding them, something like they would? Yeah, I guess.
This one definitely does. He'll lounge on me, and he'll like kind of explore, and sometimes he'll give me a hug around my neck and just like chill.
I think that's so cool. Like, he's just extending.
Every portion of their body has like so many muscles. They are very slow growing snakes.
I saw him blink.
No, you didn't. He doesn't have eyelids.
What did he do then?
Snakes don't have eyelids. Oh, his eye moved, right? So there's his pupil, which is, he has elliptical pupils,
so
right?
They're always open?
Slit, always open.
Do they have ears?
They do, but not ear hole. So
they're your loving words.
We hear more frequencies than they do, but they can hear. And especially if you're holding them, they're gonna feel
conduction,
right?
Why? I think part of the reason rattlesnakes are obviously not a snake, and rattlesnakes have such a dominant, especially where they are in Montana. I think they're diamondback, and so they got huge like heads, spade-shaped heads. Is that jaw? Is that I know it's different depending on the snake.
Well, there's a lot of muscle in there.
Right, and it can open and hinge, right?
No, actually, the jaw bones are separate, so they don't meet at the chin. There are two separate jaw bones that are also separate from the cranium.
So four separate little.
So three. 1, 2, 3.
It completely just can stretch open as wide as its skin will possibly go, and that's why it can get over giant rats and whatnot.
So it's ligaments.
Yeah, got it.
That are connecting, very stretchy ligaments.
One-handed.
Right. But that's not answering your question. We should answer your question. So there's muscle. Those are muscles right there.
Little muscle lumps.
He likes you. Checking you out. So a lot of people think that if a snake has a diamond-shaped head, it means it's venomous.
Right.
That's a myth.
Okay.
Right? He's definitely not venomous.
You have a pretty, like a perfect little snake grapple going. He gave you a bracelet, and then you have it like bunny.
That's pretty cute.
Yeah, I love this animal. I really do. He's just such a sweetheart.
Yeah, he's relaxing there, babe.
How do you feel, B?
Yeah, how do you feel?
I like it.
Yeah?
Yeah. Safe. Feel curious. I appreciate him trusting me to hold him. I feel like that with animals, like in general. Like, thank you. You sense that I'm not going to hurt you. That means a lot to me.
The bond is about trust, right?
I can like feel the body moving. Actually. Oh, wow, that feels really cool.
You got a nice spot there.
Yeah, I don't know. He's just resting in my little nook.
Yeah. Hey, this is how he is all the time.
That's why you're a really good beginner snake. Huh?
Yeah. And my little Zen wizard.
Little Zen wizard is very cute. I like it.
You said this one will get like 6-7 feet long.
You might get 5 or 6 feet. Yeah. Look at you.
Oh, if we're gonna do it, we might as well do it.
Yeah.
Just put your hand like under here.
Yeah, there you go.
Watch it under, so it.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. Perfect.
Sit flat on him.
I'll show you. Yeah, they break apart. Right.
Oh, that's very cute.
There.
Aww. Pretty cool.
Well done, sir.
Oh, well done.
Cool.
So, now that you have held a snake, how do you feel? If you feel any differently?
Well, I'm curious now. I think before I had a myopic viewpoint. I only had the traumatic experience to base snakes on. And at this point, it's very clear that the snakes are different. Not all snakes are the same, and that, you know, it would be worth my time to treat them as such. I think there's merit to being open-minded about it.
I also want to know what you might say to someone else who is terrified of snakes.
And to someone who perhaps is in a similar situation to me, I would say that, you know, finding someone like yourself, or it's pretty cool, liberating, and they're unique. I don't think there's any other animals like this. This is so far different than what I'm used to.
That's part of why people are afraid.
When you see a snake go fast and it startles you like that, you don't ever think of it like this.
Can be cool little dudes who are named after wizards.
I have a Galadriel as well.
Lord of the Snakes. The pattern is really something else too.
Right?
How
you can see why they call them flower boas sometimes, though, too, right?
Yeah.
They kind of look like flowers.
How far along in his shedding cycle is this?
He only just shed like a week or so ago, so
Okay.
he's nice and shiny and new right now.
Yeah, I can tell. Very cool, Shira. Thank you so much
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. That was fun.
for taking the time.
Yeah, I'm so impressed with you because you've had this fear for a very long time.
True.
It's not a small thing to conquer fears. So good on ya.
Thanks.
Proud of you. And maybe we'll try again next time you come over.
Yeah.
I think
another buddy.
I would like to hold the black one.
Anu. Yeah.
Anu. Yeah, no, I didn't want to
Yeah.
hold any more snakes tonight. I'm good. Baby steps.
Baby steps are great. You
But
did
yeah.
such a good job. I've seen more people than I can count go from terror to fascination, or even adoration after meeting my snakes. But to be able to capture this on video was such an incredible gift. I wouldn't say Ethan's now a snake lover, though I have definitely seen that dramatic of a shift in people happen before. But his experience illustrates a significant shift in his thinking, in his body language, and his anxiety levels. You see him lean in for a closer look at Olórin with a sense of wonder. He becomes curious and asks questions, and a nervous smile becomes a genuine one of pleasure. This is someone whose traumatic introduction to snakes early in life interfered with his love of being out in nature, caused him to tense his body in anxiety, avoid zoos, and cower back when visiting me on previous occasions. This is snake therapy. If you or anyone you know is crippled by the fear of snakes and want the opportunity for a safe and constructive experience that has the power to remove unnecessary suffering and inspire curiosity and joy, I'm here to help. Reach out if you would like to schedule a visit. Filming is not required. The goal is to soothe, heal, educate, and inspire. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you like this episode, please hit those like and notification buttons, and let me know in the comments about your own experience. I'd love to hear if you conquered that fear and how, or if you've ever helped someone else to do so. Hop over to the Patreon page and join the community. Members receive ad-free and extra content, some special gifts, and of course my eternal gratitude. By supporting what you love, you get more of what you love. I'm Shira, and this is Olórin, aka the Zen Wizard, and we will see you next time for more snake therapy. You're a good boy. You're the best.